Shrewsbury is certainly warm enough in the ground, which seems to be full of balloons, by the way. It also offers the only captain goalkeeper still surviving in the cup, and a player manager who in the end decided not to pick himself. Mark Wallington finds himself once again with the same collection of players as Leicester City are unchanged for the 6th consecutive match. The last 5 have all been here at Filbert Street, and every one of them was won. But Graham Turner, the player manager of Shrewsbury Town, decided in the end that he would play 19-year-old Bernard McNally in his side in his place. So his team is exactly that which beat Ipswich in the last round, which means that Jake King, the skipper, has been past fit and takes his place at number 2. The wind in the main is blowing from right to left as we look. And a great burst from Leicester City, both players and supporters, right at the start. The referee is Dave Richardson of Great Harwood in Lancashire. And so much on offer for these two teams. Bit of pushing. Free kick Shrewsbury's way. Shrewsbury certainly got plenty of height forward from Biggins, Bates and Atkins. Okay, to find one. Bates coming in. And it was his head at the end. The flick had come from Atkins. May. And that's the view from the stand behind Mark Wallington's goal. Young, but Lynex have come in. Gets a second chance. Here's Young, that fell kindly for them. In the corner. Okay. Taken by Ian Wilson. It's cutting in a lot. The goalkeeper's in trouble, and May scores. It really was a superbly struck corner, and a classic defender's goal at a set piece. He came in, met it solidly after the goalkeeper had lost the flight of the ball. Well, Jock Wallace, the Leicester City manager, said he wanted an early goal to open the match out, and he's got just that. Goal coming in the 6th minute. Shrewsbury, a side who've never been beyond the 6th round in the FA Cup. They were in this round 3 years ago and lost in a replay at home to Wolves, having got the away draw. It was the year they beat Manchester City. Bates following on! And Wallington's bravery saving Leicester City. And that really must have hurt him on the neck. But they've been vulnerable to the ball in the air so much, Leicester, in these opening 20 minutes and more. And suddenly Bates then was free coming in on the left, and the goalkeeper came out to challenge him and seemed to take the brunt on the head and the test on the back of the neck. Substitute is Jim Melrose, but a forward player. And Jock Wallace is the figure there, making his way into the 18-yard area. The Leicester City manager. Well, this is the incident again. Curling ball that came through. Look at Bates here. The goalkeeper committed and took the full brunt. On the right, the goalkeeper in possession. On the left, the man who fears he might have to take over. But the fears are slowly subsiding. says the referee. Oh dear, and Kelly for the second time. Gave every impression then of being in the slalom. Looking away now. And it comes down to Bates, who puts it in. Chick Bates, it's his third goal in the FA Cup competition. And predictably, the result of pressure in the air, the long ball knocked down. When it came back to Bates, he hit it first time to equalise with 38 minutes of the first half gone, not of course allowing for what must have been a good 5 minutes delay. Johnson. Atkins. Look at that for competition. Chick Bates scored the only goal against Port Vale, then against Burnley in the third and fourth rounds, and scores here in the sixth. Meantime, Atkins goes into the referee's book. Turner on the bench. Young. May. Tong. Higgins. Bates, Atkins, cross, it wouldn't come down for him. Johnson, looking again for Chick Bates, and Wallington in all sorts of trouble, and turned away by Williams as Atkins came in. And really, how long can Leicester continue with a goalkeeper who's hobbling and in no position to cover the ground? By May, only to cross Bates, Kelly, and he gets the punch to it, to Wallington, and he tries the punch again, and it goes all the way. And Wallington with a face of dejection, Kelly saying now, surely he's got to come off. Biggins' goal puts Shrewsbury into a 2-1 lead, but all as a result of the fact that Mark Wallington clearly was in no position to carry on, and indeed he's now coming to the touchline, a very forlorn figure. Got to the first punch, tried to punch again at the second when in normal circumstances he would have made a catch. And Wallington comes off, trying to hold back his real feelings of the situation. And he's getting some tremendous applause. And the game restarts with Alan Young in goal for Leicester City. Then it's a Leicester free kick. Forward, as has O'Neill. Here's O'Neill. Now Lineker. Leicester putting on the pressure as much as they possibly can. Cut out by May, who leads the counter immediately. Lineker, Wilson. Stirring stuff from the home team. And here's May. Hit Griffin. Oh, his back pass has gone in! And an own goal makes it 2-2. Larry May getting all the congratulations. But it was the other number 5 who scored. Colin Griffin pulling past his own goalkeeper. 2-2, and we played 3 minutes of time on Mr. Richardson's watch to allow for the stoppages, notably, of course, to Mark Wallington. Oh, and a bit of a fisticuffs going on between Kelly and McNally. Young made it look very good, and they were challenging Bates because they didn't like Bates' challenge on Young, and the referee seemingly having to protect Bates, but now goes away for a quiet word. There was a moment then when it looked as though Young had come too far forward, but in fact he did it very smoothly. But Bates becomes the second name to go into Mr. Richardson's book. Young, the least concerned among the Leicester players. Peak. Wilson. Fouled by King. Fall from Peak and no more. Oh, he's made it work. He seemed to push to get there in the first place, but his reactions were very quick when the opportunity came to him. In the end of a remarkable first half, packed with incident, including 4 goals, 2 bookings, and a bad injury to Mark Wallington, which certainly cost one of the goals at least that Shrewsbury scored. They were 1 down to Larry May, came back to lead 2-1, but an own goal makes it 2-2 at half-time. So it's a substitute, Jim Melrose, who gets the second half underway. One is tempted to say battle recommences, but certainly the first half fiercely competitive. There's Lineker. They've just made the front row of the upper tier. McNally to cross, little fortunately. And he's tried to find the gap, and might still. Young come forward, and was sent up in the air, and came down to earth pretty hard. He came to collect it in a fairly nonchalant manner, but as McNally went in, McNally was right underneath the goalkeeper and sent him spinning up in the air to land very hard indeed, and I don't think he knows too much about where he is at the moment. And Jock Wallace, himself a former goalkeeper, I just think that there can't be many afternoons when they've taken as much stick as this. And Steve Lynex is the player without shirt. It looks as though there is to be a second change, and Jock Wallace, as I was about to say, obviously well aware that he kept going with Mark Wallington, and it cost Leicester City. And he doesn't want to make the same error twice. It's a little hard, I know that observation, but I'm afraid it's true. Seemed to hit his head pretty hard when he came down. And so Steve Lynex getting a chance to have a good feel of the ball. third goalkeeper that Leicester have had this afternoon, and Leicester, of course, now down to 10 men. And the roar now from the crowd is that Alan Young is back on the field to play in his old role of centre forward. May. No real chance for Melrose. And Jock Wallace on his feet as well. And the referee coming to talk to John McVeigh. We're going to have yet another change in goal. Alan Young is returning to the tour, and Steve Lynex goes back with a number 7 shirt. Permutation that Leicester had to use in the second part of the first half. Tommy Williams to take the free kick. Peak, Lynex. Melrose, yes! And he's up on his leg of honor, and on the other side of the pitch there's another party celebration going on, because the man who was in goal until only a few seconds ago is the man who supplied the cross. There he is, Steve Lynex. Other spectators have come on at the other end to congratulate Alan Young, who in fact was a spectator of that incident himself, but Melrose has given Leicester a 3-2 lead. Changes, timings have become only a basis for negotiation. Jim Melrose, the substitute, puts the home side back in front with what is his 9th goal of the season. Kelly. Griffin. And again, Melrose. They've got plenty of power, but not too much accuracy. Halfway through the second half, Leicester 3, Shrewsbury 2. And here's Melrose with a good turn, and Lineker, really fine move. And Lineker brings up perhaps the biggest wall so far. Leicester City now with real breathing space. But it was Kelly who played the ball through, and what a good ball it was. Melrose, who turned on it sweetly, and when it just ran away for a second, Lineker followed up to give Leicester their 4th goal of the afternoon. It makes it a dozen for him this season, and I think it makes it that Leicester City would appear in the because he left a man in doing so. There's nobody else to cover. Tom's corner, it's curling a lot. Oh, well taken. Oh, he looks very happy in the role. Satisfied, are shouting that we want 5. Lynex. Williams. Didn't want to take it on his left. Here's Peak. He doesn't mind. Wilson in the middle, so is Melrose. Cross, Melrose! And a free kick will be given. Shrewsbury want to make a substitution. It's really no surprise that King is the player to be substituted. They brought on John Dungworth. The striker replacing Bates, Griffin, Wilson, Lynex, Lineker has recovered, Melrose is in the middle, and scores! Well, he didn't look as though he ought to have scored, but he has. Lineker calling for it, he's given it where he wanted it. His cross was met by Melrose and eluded Bobwell. So the 7th goal of a remarkable match. Tom, cross. Biggins, so much has happened since Biggins gave Shrewsbury a hope of a semi-final place. Okay. Atkins, Bates. Stays down as Lineker comes away. Far out to the left, he probably won't need him. He needed rather more, in fact. Whatever else happens in this FA Cup competition, this will be a match long remembered, that I'm sure. 7 goals, Leicester starting in tremendous style with a goal after 6 minutes. It all seemed to have gone away from them when they lost Mark Wallington and conceded 2 goals. An own goal put them back on course, and in the second half, their considerable strength of character and resilience has taken them through to the semi-final with a convincing 5-2 victory.
Well, personally, I can't...
Mark, I think the first question must be, what do you think of the other goalkeepers?
Well, they kept a clean sheet. They didn't concede any, so on today's performance, they're 2 goals better than me.
Actually, Stevie and I were having a little chat after the game. And as Mark says, we both kept a clean sheet. So if he'd come straight off, it might have been 5-0.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh, really? Very much so.
Were you upset when they brought Alan back to replace you?
Not really, because I seen their front line, they was a bit bigger than me. And the way they kept pumping the balls, I thought, well, I'll get back up front.
Easy to be wise after the event, but should you have come off then?
Yeah.
Definitely.
As it turned out, yes, I should have come off straight away. But it was unfortunate that in the 5 minutes we were just seeing how it was going to stand up, they scored 2 goals. And then I think there were about 30,000 people saying I should come off.
And who's going to play?